dedicated to southern and eastern Kentucky. This is WYMT Mountain News at 5:30.
Good evening, I'm Steve Hensley. Memorial Day weekend is here, and many people will be remembering those who lost their lives while protecting our freedom. WYMT's Lauren McCourt was in Breathitt County today, where a day of activities kicked off this morning.
The land of the free.
I get goosebumps when I see these veterans.
And the home of the brave.
They don't see themselves as heroes. They just see themselves as someone that had a duty to do, and they did it, and they never complain about it.
That saying speaks volumes here in Breathitt County.
Nowhere else in Kentucky, as was said, did they answer the call so valiantly as they did here in Breathitt County, Kentucky.
So on Friday in the city of Jackson, people came out to remember the local veterans.
And those are the veterans that paid the ultimate price.
It's a tremendous amount in this day and age that we truly honor the sacrifice and service of our military.
These selfless men and women risked their lives to save ours.
I served 7 years on active duty, one of which was in Vietnam.
Without expecting anything in return.
I did what my country asked me to do.
Now on this Memorial Day, we pay respect to the ones who paid the ultimate price.
It's well over 150 some veterans that we place a cross for in our local Douthit Park.
That we remind them that this is a day that we remember our fallen heroes.
And say thank you to the ones who are with us today.
I think it's a simple thank you.
Something we should do not only this weekend.
And we need to say that to veterans all year long.
It means a tremendous amount to me.
But any chance we get in Breathitt County. Lauren McCourt, WYMT Mountain News.
At dusk, they will have a candlelight roll call at Douthit Park to honor the fallen soldiers of Breathitt County. Police say the death of a 57-year-old Whitley County woman is now being investigated as a murder. Troopers say an arrest warrant is out for 38-year-old Nicholas Rucker. Rucker is accused of murdering his girlfriend, Vicki Connor. She was found dead with a gunshot wound Wednesday night in the Woodbine community. If you have any information about Rucker, you should call state police. We'll have more on this coming up at 6.
Well, it's been a beautiful day here down in Pineville at the Mountain Laurel Festival, and well, it's very hot and humid. You can see that we finally found some shade here because that sun, it's hot, and Hannah Reynolds didn't listen to me, didn't put on that sunscreen, and trust me, she's getting the burn. So if you're going to be out later today, definitely put on the sunscreen. Let's go ahead and take a look at those temperatures, though. You'll notice across eastern Kentucky, we're into those upper 80s to maybe even 90s in some spots, and I promise you, it's feeling a little bit warmer than that due to those high dew points. But as we look at satellite and radar, you'll notice maybe a few showers here and there, but overall we have been dry throughout the day with those mostly sunny skies. A few clouds here and there as well. Pinpoint Doppler looking at a clean sweep, and we're going to see that continue as we head into the overnight hours. As we look at US 119, US 23 in Jenkins, you'll notice clear conditions as well and just sunshine really throughout the day. As we head into the next really few days, that humidity is really going to go up. We'll be almost miserable as we head into your Saturday, muggy as we head into the rest of your Memorial Day weekend and even into your Tuesday as well. Now, how about those rain chances? I'll have a look at that full forecast coming up in just a few short minutes.
All right, Paige, thank you. Missouri's capital city is recovering after a devastating tornado touchdown earlier this week. Daylight brought a clear picture of the damage left behind after the violent tornado with winds that reached an estimated 160 miles per hour tore through Jefferson City. Kevin Riley says he's never seen a storm this strong. His grandfather opened a car business 83 years ago. He estimates 90% of his vehicles are damaged.
I'm kind of in the numb stage right now.
What was your reaction when you first drove up and took a look?
I almost cried, which I could almost do now.
Remarkably, there were no deaths in Jefferson City. The mayor, Carrie Turgan, says people were warned 30 minutes before the tornado touched down. The Trump administration is preparing to deploy 1,000 more troops to the Middle East in response to growing tensions with Iran. Earlier this month, the administration deployed a carrier strike group to the region. CBS's Katherine Johnson is on Capitol Hill as lawmakers on both sides of the aisle are urging the White House to be more cautious.
I don't think Iran wants to fight.
Shortly before heading to Japan, President Trump announced the U.S. will be deploying 1,500 troops to the Middle East amid rising tensions with Iran.
We're going to be sending a relatively small number of troops, mostly protective, and we'll see what happens.
The U.S. will also send Patriot missile batteries to the region. During an off-camera briefing, Pentagon officials said the beef-up in security serves three purposes: greater visibility into Iran's forces, to shore up U.S. forces already in the region, and to have better ability to respond to any attack.
We are seeking to avoid hostilities, and we are not seeking war with Iran. We have been as clear as we can possibly be in that regard, but we will be postured to defend ourselves and our forces in the field.
CBS News has learned Trump administration officials did brief certain members of Congress on these deployment plans, but some are questioning the president's approach. Republican Senator Rand Paul tweeted, "I strongly urge Donald Trump to reconsider more troops to the Middle East." The Democratic chair of the House Armed Services Committee, Adam Smith, issued a statement saying, quote, "Without a clearly articulated strategy, adding more personnel and mission systems seems unwise and appears to be a blatant and heavy-handed move to further escalate tensions with Iran." Katherine Johnson, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
Back here closer to home, a child with Bell County ties has died in Tennessee. Sheriff's deputies in Claiborne County tell us 5-year-old Brantley Sterling Upton died due to an accidental drowning. Officials say Upton and his twin brother were swimming with another child. At some point, someone saw Brantley floating in the river. His funeral is tomorrow. Creech Funeral Home is handling the arrangements. Another child died in western Kentucky. Police in Callaway County say a 1-year-old died after drowning in a pond. Police say the child's mom called 911 after making the discovery. The toddler was not breathing and was rushed to the hospital. The child died yesterday. The Callaway County Sheriff's Office is investigating exactly what happened. The Wisconsin man convicted of kidnapping Jamie Kloss and killing her parents is being sentenced today. Several family members gave victim impact statements. Jamie's attorney, Chris Gramstrup, read her statement. Jamie wrote that Jake Patterson will never have any power over her and that she feels like she has some power over him because she gets to tell the judge what she thinks should happen to him. She said Jake Patterson should stay locked up forever. In March, Jake Patterson pleaded guilty to 2 counts of intentional homicide and 1 count of kidnapping.
And because of this monster, Jamie won't have her mom and dad at her dance recitals, won't have her mom and dad at her prom, homecoming dance. My brother won't be able to walk down the aisle at a wedding day. Sorry.
Authorities say Patterson shot and killed James and Denise Kloss early October 15th at their home outside Barron with the intent of kidnapping their only daughter, whom he'd noticed by chance just days earlier at a bus stop. He held her captive in a cabin until January 10th. In Alabama, the ACLU is challenging the nation's most restrictive abortion ban. Attorneys filed a lawsuit on behalf of abortion providers in the state. It's one of several states that have passed abortion bans in recent months. A judge blocked Kentucky's heartbeat ban in March after the ACLU filed a similar challenge here. The organization says it has also filed suit in Ohio and is preparing to do so in Georgia. Many conservative lawmakers want to see a legal challenge go to the Supreme Court. There, they hope Roe v. Wade will be overturned. Coming up on Mountain News at 5:30, it's going to be a hot time this holiday weekend, and health specialists are calling this Don't Fry Day. We'll have safety tips to keep you and your family safe.
And if you're trying to plan out that holiday weekend, I'll have a look at what that weekend entails and maybe even a few rain chances coming your way. I'll have that in just a few short minutes.